Picture this. You're at home, going about your day, when suddenly you receive an urgent notification on your phone. An evacuation order has been issued for your area. Panic sets in as you realize the gravity of the situation. You have little time to spare, but your safety and that of your loved ones depends on making the right decisions swiftly. In the face of impending danger, knowing what to do can mean the difference between life and death. Evacuation orders may be issued due to natural disasters like hurricanes, wildfires, floods, and earthquakes, where risks like high winds, fire, flooding, and structural damage threaten communities. Additionally, man-made emergencies like chemical spills, nuclear accidents, terrorist attacks, and civil unrest can prompt evacuation orders to protect public safety from immediate threats and secondary hazards. So what do you do? Well, hopefully you've been listening to all the YouTube SHTF gurus and you have your bug-out bags ready. Additionally, you should already have most of the following steps completed as part of your emergency plans. So here are the steps to take in the event of an evacuation order. Your first step, before any others, is to determine the hazard for which you're receiving an evacuation order. As an example, if the order is due to hurricane, tornado, or man-made disaster, but you have an underground bunker, then obviously you are safer gathering what you need and heading to that bunker. If you do not have an adequate safe space for the type of disaster that the evacuation order is for, every minute you delay gives you less chance of getting out safely and actually surviving. Stay calm and gather essentials. As soon as you receive that evacuation order, remain calm and composed. Panicking will only impede your ability to think clearly and act decisively. Gather essential items like medications, important documents, cash, clothing, and emergency supplies like food and water. Be sure you have enough to sustain yourself and your family for several days. And if not everyone is in the house, prioritize gathering your family members and ensuring everyone is accounted for before taking any further action. Follow official instructions. Now is the time to implement your own bug-out plan, which you should have. If you do not have a bug-out plan or never planned on having to bug out, then take the next steps. Pay close attention to official announcements and instructions from local authorities. Follow their guidance regarding evacuation routes, assembly points, and emergency shelters. Stay informed through reliable sources of information like emergency alert systems, local news outlets, and government agencies. But keep in mind, these sources could also be holding back information for a number of reasons. This is one of the many reasons why you should have some form of additional communication, an emergency radio, or even better, a ham radio. Evacuate early. Do not wait until the last minute to evacuate. Leaving early allows you to avoid traffic congestion, road closures, and potential hazards associated with delaying evacuation. Remember that conditions can deteriorate rapidly during emergencies, making it increasingly difficult or even impossible to evacuate safely if you delay. Inform others and check on your neighbors. Inform family members, friends, and neighbors of the evacuation order and your plans to evacuate. Ensure everyone is aware of the situation and takes appropriate action. Check on elderly or vulnerable neighbors who may need assistance evacuating or preparing for the evacuation. Offer support and help them evacuate safely if possible. Secure your property. Take steps to secure your home and property before leaving. Close and lock doors and windows, shut off utilities if instructed to do so, and move valuable items to higher ground if flooding is a concern. Consider boarding up windows or installing storm shutters to protect against strong winds and flying debris in the event of a storm or hurricane. Having a plan for your pets. If you have pets, make arrangements for their evacuation as well. Do not leave them. Prepare pet carriers, leashes, food, water, and any necessary medications. Identify pet-friendly shelters or accommodations along your evacuation route where you can seek refuge with your furry companions. Why evacuate early? Evacuating early is crucial for several reasons. First and foremost, it allows you to avoid potential hazards and dangers associated with delaying evacuation, like flooding, storm surges, or wildfires that spread rapidly. Additionally, leaving early reduces the risk of becoming trapped in traffic congestion or road closures, which can hinder evacuation efforts and jeopardize your safety. By evacuating early, you give yourself the best chance of reaching safety before conditions worsen, ultimately protecting yourself, your family, and your belongings from harm. Consequences of delayed evacuation. Failure to evacuate in a timely manner can have dire consequences. During a hurricane or severe storm, delaying evacuation can expose individuals to the risk of flooding, storm surges, and wind damage, making rescue efforts more challenging and putting lives at risk. If the evacuation order is due to a man-made disaster like chemical spills, nuclear accidents, or civil unrest, you are being told to evacuate because you are in imminent danger. Any delay will most likely result in deadly results. In extreme cases, delaying evacuation can lead to loss of life and property, underscoring the importance of heeding evacuation orders and acting promptly to ensure personal safety. But why is immediate evacuation so important? Wouldn't it be better to wait and see? During Hurricane Rita in 2005, delayed evacuations led to gridlocked highways, leaving thousands of residents stranded on the road for hours without access to essential services or shelter. During the 2018 Camp Fire in California, delayed evacuations resulted in residents being trapped by flames with limited escape options. During a wildfire, those shifting winds or explosive fire behavior can quickly change the direction and intensity of the flames, trapping those who wait too long to evacuate. Similarly, during a hurricane, rising floodwaters and storm surges can inundate low-lying areas with little warning, leaving residents stranded without escape routes. In many cases, local authorities may close certain exits for safety reasons once a certain threshold has been met. Local bridges might be closed once winds reach a sustained level of 40 miles per hour, for example. In the case of a man-made disaster, like a nuclear accident or civil unrest, having a wait-and-see attitude could quickly turn into a wait-and-perish certainty. When faced with an evacuation order, swift and decisive action is paramount. By staying calm, following official instructions, evacuating early, informing others, securing your property, and having a plan for your pets, you can maximize your chances of reaching safety and weathering the crisis effectively. Remember, the decisions you make in the critical moments following that evacuation order can have a profound impact on your safety and the safety of those around you. Take action now to prepare for the unexpected and safeguard yourself and your loved ones from harm.